Hi, John. Hey, Jaguars. This is Miss Schooler. And you third graders, I know, are going to begin doing some research, if you haven't already, on different Native American tribes in the United States. And so what I would like to do these next couple weeks is to begin reading some Native American folklore that may be from one of the tribes that you are researching or not. But what I want you to really be looking at in these stories is, why were they told? What were the people of that tribe supposed to learn from this story? Because that's what these stories were. They were to teach the values of that group. And so I want you to think about that when I'm reading this story, is what characteristics, what values are they trying to teach the people of the group with this story? And the one today is actually going to come from a tribe that's in Alaska. It's southeastern part of Alaska. It's the Tsimshian tribe. And this story is told by several Alaskan tribes, the Tlingit also, but this retelling is based on the Tsimshian. And it's called Amla, and it is retold by Frank Henry Kaash Katasse and illustrated by David Lang. And I want to thank the publisher, which is Sea Alaska Heritage Institute. And I want to thank them and the clans that own the oral tradition and the Northwest Coast tribes who tell this story for allowing me to tell this story on our YouTube. In the autumn, in a forest near a beach, by a quiet bay, in a longhouse by the fire, a Molly liked to lay. He's so lazy and he smells bad too, Amala's 4 brothers said. He lies around in the soot all day and makes the ground his bed. Amala's brothers, the clan leader, trained to be warriors big and strong. For the annual competition, they prepared to be champions before long. But Amala lay there with a secret he didn't want to share. At night he trained with a mighty spirit, and his family was unaware. Late at night, when the north wind blew, hints of winter in the sea, Amala trained in the icy waves while the spirit would oversee. Every day the same old thing. Amala slept the day away, but at night he trained to fight while sitting in the freezing bay. Weeks had passed, maybe even months. Amala's brothers had grown strong. Their uncle prepared a test of strength. Hurry up, boys, come along. Widen your stance, then pull off this branch, said their uncle, pointing to a young spruce. The 4 brothers tried and failed the test. No one could pull it loose. Frustrated and beaten, they walked back home, Amala still asleep upon the ground. Wake up, they said to him. Poor Amala they then pushed around. That night the moon shone through the clouds. Amala rushed to his nightly training. He expressed his thoughts to the spirit out loud, breaking any chance of concentrating. My brothers laugh and call me names. They named me after the smoke hole. but for that name they can't be blamed, since I sleep down by the coal. Go to the forest, the spirit voiced, and seek out the supernatural tree. When you find it, gather up the leaves and bring the bundle back to me. He searched and searched the forest through, looking to no avail, when the wind picked up. In some roots he hid, taking shelter from the gale. When the wind stopped, he opened his eyes and looked up from where he lay, beneath the supernatural tree before the dawning of the day. Amala returned covered in dirt, with the bundles of leaves bright green. The spirit commanded, "Wash in the lake with these leaves until you are clean. When you come out, pull out that branch. You'll have the strength of which you seek." He pulled out the branch, then placed it back, no longer feeling weak. Days and weeks went by. The competition had arrived. Visiting leaders and their warriors' songs filled the beach with battle cries. A challenge came from the neighboring village, from their champions to the four boys. The match began. The boys let down their clan as they were tossed around like toys. Amla awoke and heard the noise from the visitors cheering oh so loud. He saw his uncle and the defeated boys and made his way through the crowd. "Get back here, you'll embarrass us more," said the leader to his last nephew. Amala walked right by and grabbed his foe, and over his head the challengers flew. Amma defeated all who came. Thousands failed the contest. The strongest human being he became, from the north, south, east, and west. Next came the animals to test his strength. Killer whales, bears, sea lions could not win. Even the mighty thunderbird, Amala easily did in. Next came a mountain to test his might. A challenge was the mountain's command. "If you win, my life you will take as long as this world stands." Amala grabbed the mighty mountain. Across the lands he sent a rumble. He shook and shook that mountain hard, breaking it into a pile of rubble. From then on forth, no challengers came, 'cause they knew of his superhuman power. Wherever he walked, the strongest of men would lower their heads and cower. Then, one warm summer day, a canoe arrived in their bay. Come with, our leader is sick. Your strength he needs straight away." When they arrived, Amala stared at the old man who lay upon the ground. Upon his chest, on top of a pole, the world spun round and round. "I am old and growing weak. This world I can no longer hold. Lay beside me, Alma, now, for you're the strongest, I am told. Amla then lay beside the old man, ready to bear the weight. Place the world upon my chest, for there is no challenge too great. Still he lies there, some will say, the world held spinning by his might. Amala's will to serve his people carries them day and night. Humbly, Amala now supports us all, knowing he is stronger than the rest. Even now we spin on the world, balanced on Amala's chest. And there is a pencil sketch of Amala by David Lang. And this is the reteller of the story, Frank Henry Kaash Katasse, and this is the illustrator, David Lang. So I really wish I could talk to you in person, but what do you think? Obviously strength was valued. Being strong, they trained, but also using your strength to help others, to support others, literally, in his case, supporting them through the whole world. So not only just thinking of yourself, but also that you need to think about the rest of your group too, the rest of the people. Those are important qualities. Well, we'll look for some more Native American folktale next week. Bye for now.